Offered by Councilor Ed Flynn in the City Council, resolution supporting Boston BVNA care healthcare professionals. Whereas Boston BVNA is a certified home health agency that provides nursing care, therapies, rehabilitation, and other home healthcare services to patients in Boston. Therefore, be it resolved that the Boston City Council supports our BVNA healthcare professionals in their negotiations for their first ever union contract and urges the BVNA management to negotiate in good faith and to sign off on a contract that reflects the value of the critical work that our BVNA workers perform in our communities. This was filed on March 10th.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. The chair now recognizes the district councilor from South Boston, the South End and Chinatown, as well as Bay Village. Councilor Flynn, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. And before I speak, I want to apologize to my colleagues for this late file. I know their time is precious, so again, I want to apologize. Boston BVNA healthcare professionals are currently close to securing their first ever union contract. However, their efforts have been obstructed by the management delay in bargaining. To give a bit of a background information on this, Boston BVNA is a certified home health agency, provides nursing care, therapist, rehabilitation, and other home health care services to patients. The healthcare workers serve patients in Boston and throughout Greater Boston and play a critical part in the delivery of medical care, especially as patients recovering from COVID-19 and other illnesses are often dependent on home health care. Many seniors rely on home health care. However, despite this work, BVNA management is proposing to cut sick leave benefits for new workers, refusing to give healthcare workers the same bereavement leave benefits that are available to other unionized nurse colleagues. This resolution will send our support to Boston BVNA healthcare workers as they negotiate their contract and urge BVNA management to treat these workers with respect and dignity because they have earned it. I hope that we can suspend and pass this resolution today so that we can send our support to these critical healthcare workers in Boston and throughout Greater Boston as well. Thank you, Mr. Vice President.
Thank you, Councilor Flynn. The chair now recognizes the district councilor from East Boston. Councilor Edwards, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. This is another time where we as a body need to stand by people who are standing up for themselves. I'm so proud of these workers. It's a brave move to say that we too deserve to be organized, to have a voice, and to fight for our rights. And anytime that happens, this body needs to be right there with those workers. We have learned what it means to be a home health worker in this time, in this pandemic. And if anything, we have learned how essential they are to our own independence, to our elderly having dignified, good lives. And so their ability to be able to make a living wage, to be respected, and to have time with their own families allows for us, as our population ages, as we have members in our families who have disabilities, to be able to have dignified, good working work-life balance as well. So we stand by those who stand for some of our most vulnerable individuals. This is hard work, to come into someone's home and to care for people while their family members are working is extremely hard. I respect that work. My mother did that work when she retired from the military. I stand by those workers. I've stood by them as when organizing domestic workers and also standing by those workers of 1199. The fact of the matter is, this is the work. Care work is the work that makes all other work possible. Investing in those workers is a true investment in our economy and our ability, not only as women, but as men, to be able to participate in it. So I am so excited to sign on to this. I am so excited to stand with those workers. Kudos to them. You are brave, and we are with you.
Thank you very much, Councilor Edwards. The chair now recognizes the district councilor from Brighton. Councilor Braden, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Thank you to Councillor Flynn for bringing forward this really important resolution in support of the Boston VNA workers. I'm a physical therapist by profession. I came to Boston in '95, and I did have a stint working in home care in Boston. And I really want to stand in solidarity with all of the workers at Boston VNA who are delivering essential care to many of our most vulnerable residents in this difficult time. Even in our own family, we have had to use the services of VNA healthcare workers during COVID. It's an incredibly challenging time, and they have delivered their care with professionalism and dedication, and it's just truly inspiring. It is astounding to me that this is the first contract that's been negotiated, and that the management is sort of dragging their feet in terms of recognizing the essential work that these workers are doing. And I want to stand in solidarity with these healthcare workers and urge their management to work in good faith and sign a contract that recognizes the truly invaluable services that these workers provide. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Braden. Would any councillors wish to just add their voice to this discussion? Any discussion? Would any councillors wish to add their name as a co-sponsor? Madam Clerk, please add Councillor Asabi-George, Councillor Arroyo, Councillor Baker, Councillor Bach, Councillor Wu, Councillor Mejia, Councillor Flaherty, Councillor Campbell. Careful there. Please add the chair's name as well. And Councillors Flynn, Edwards, and Braden move for suspension of the rules and adoption of this late file matter. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Certainly. On the second late file resolution offered by Councillor Flynn, Councillor Arroyo.
Yes.
Councillor Arroyo, yes. Councillor Baker.
Yes.
Councillor Baker, yes. Councillor Bach.
Yes.
Councillor Bach, yes. Councillor Braden.
Yes.
Councillor Braden, yes. Councillor Campbell.
Yes.
Councillor Campbell, yes. Councillor Edwards.
Yes.
Councillor Edwards, yes. Councillor Asabi-George.
Yes.
Councillor Asabi-George, yes. Councillor Flaherty.
Yes.
Councillor Flaherty, yes. Councillor Flynn.
Yes.
Councillor Flynn, yes. Councillor Mejia.
Yes.
Councillor Mejia, yes. Councillor OMalley.
Yes.
Councillor OMalley, yes. And Councillor Wu.
Yes.
Councillor Wu, yes. Mr. Vice President, this resolution has passed unanimously.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Congratulations, Councillors Flynn, Edwards, and Braden. We are now moving on to the green sheets. Would any member wish to remove a matter from the green sheets? Seeing and hearing no takers, we will now move to the consent agenda. I've been informed by the clerk that there are 0 additions to the consent agenda. I now move for adoption of the consent agenda as presented. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Certainly. For the consent agenda, Councillor Arroyo.
Yes.
Councillor Arroyo, yes. Councillor Baker.
Yes.
Councillor Baker, yes. Councillor Bach.
Yes.
Councillor Bach, yes. Councillor Braden.
Yes.
Councillor Braden, yes. Councillor Campbell.
Yes.
Councillor Campbell, yes. Councillor Edwards.
Yes.
Councillor Edwards, yes. Councillor Asabi-George.
Yes.
Councillor Asabi-George, yes. Councillor Flaherty.
Yes.
Councillor Flaherty, yes. Councillor Flynn.
Yes.
Councillor Flynn, yes. Councillor Mejia.
Yes.
Councillor Mejia, yes. Councillor OMalley.
Yes.
Councillor OMalley, yes. And Councillor Wu.
Yes.
Councillor Wu, yes. Mr. Vice President, the consent agenda has passed unanimously.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk.